dive into it, Adrian. Because listen, you were able to walk out with some bread, probably not the bread that you were hoping,
I
but
know, not the bread I was hoping for, but I walked out with some bread. Yeah.
well, I would say that, that crust was probably moistened by a lot of tears and emotions that were happening throughout those last few minutes of you in the house. Now, it's interesting because when Kelly won the blockbuster, you were very clearly, emotional about it. And then that sort of translates to this period before the vote where you're going around talking to people, but it's clear everyone is very upset when they're hearing the speeches and everything. So, what was the sense that you got over that period? Did you think that when Kelly won the blockbuster, like, that's it, I'm done?
Yeah, I knew that it was hard for me to get votes. If everyone stuck to their word, I would have had enough votes at least to break a tie. And I believe Lauren could have broken that. But it was risky because Lauren had done me dirty all week long. She put up Kelly, she put up Will, and then she put up me to put the nail in the coffin. So it was a long shot to win that vote. And I kind of knew I was done. Will was such a good pawn to put up. Like, no, everyone loves the guy. No one's threatened by him. And I was seen as too big of a potential comp beast. And also at the same time, I was close to Kelly and Kiana, which were the two other biggest targets in the house. Um, so yeah, it was very emotional because I loved everyone. I believe everyone did love me, and it was hard. It was hard to see me go. I would say. I mean, Will. I mean, oh man, I love the guy. I didn't want to see him go, but I didn't want to see myself go. I had a lot of fight in me. I've trained for these comps. I had a lot ready in here. It was so hard not to talk about comps. Everyone was theorizing the comps. Some people were like, "What was the name of this? Who was this winner? Who played it?" Dude, I knew all the answers. I was like, "Oh yeah, that was season 24. That was season 20, right?" I'm like, I knew all the comps. I knew all the names. And I knew like the best strategies for them, but I had to like shut my mouth, act like I didn't know. Like, hey, what comp were you talking about? Oh, okay, thanks. So I was trying to like downplay my knowledge of the game, um, but that didn't really help me too much in the long term, I guess. So
Well, you talked about, having the votes. I guess I can reveal to you that certainly there were some wheels in motion to potentially tie the vote up and have Lauren break the tie. There were just some stirrings over the past 24 hours or so leading up to your eviction where Vince and Zach, had talked with Ava a little bit and then talked with Lauren and realized, like, okay, we don't want to put Lauren in that position and also at the same time don't want to necessarily be linked with the other people who voted to keep you. What's your reaction to all that?
my reaction is I mean, I understand. Like, I didn't want to put them in like a worse position, like, and ask them to vote on Will's side to save their game. But at the same time, I had to save my game, right? I was like, it was a possibility that I could have still stayed in the house and rally the votes against Will. But everyone would have had to stick to their word. But again, they're already scared. They're scared to go against the house. I'm like, they say that they're not afraid to make moves. I let them know who's potentially that what I believe is going to come after them to give them the best like knowledge, like moving forward, like Zach, Vince. I told them who I think that's coming after him. I said I would win, and I'm not afraid to take that shot. They knew that I was a competitor, and I was hoping that they would still vote on my side in order for me to still play this game and fight along their side. But I mean, it stinks that they're running afraid. But I mean, I guess that's the game of Big Brother. Maybe I should just play with like people that have some guts. Some guts in the game. But I guess they saved their game. They're playing it safe. It's no fun, but I guess they're still in the house and I'm not. So we'll see.
Well, I want to talk a bit about your approach to things because, again, we checked out your interview before going into the house. You were shot out of a cannon, as you mentioned, super fan, perhaps the biggest one of this cast. And so I think a lot of us were surprised when we see you on the feeds and you're playing not only this very low key game, but you're really preaching these ideas of honesty and loyalty to the rest of the house. Was that something you came in with the intention of doing, or did something change once you got in there that caused you to go in that direction?
Well, honestly, I wasn't planned. My strategy wasn't. I didn't bring this whole concept of being honest and like loyalty into the house. It was just something that like I just am. Like in real life, I'm very honest. I'm like I love honesty, and I just knew that people were gonna start lying, and they're gonna lie about their vote. They're gonna lie to your face, and I didn't want to play that game. I knew that long term, I believed it would have helped me out in the long run. And I still stand by my statement. I think it would have came in handy because without people know, everyone told me like Adrian can't lie. He just doesn't lie. He can't lie. So I think it really did help me in the game when it came to people trusting me with information. They're like, he won't lie. He's giving me his word. I truly do trust him. The only downfall was I was associated with other people that played way different games. Kelly, she played super hard. She was a huge target. She was instigating things. And that people didn't like that, but I was associated with Kelly pretty right off the bat. Same thing with Keanu. Keanu has been known to lie. He lied to me, even though he voted to keep me. He was the house biggest target. People saw him as a huge physical threat. He's lied in the past, and they just associated. Since Kelly was close to Keanu and I was close to Kelly, we just kind of got bunched together and say, hey, these are the three biggest targets in the house. We need to get them out. So, I guess that was kind of like the downfall. But if I had to go in there, I would still like to play the same way. But probably just win the first HOH and not throw it would probably be my hugest difference because one of my rules is like rule number one, you got to create or join the winning alliance. Obviously, that didn't really go to plan. But the best way to do that is from a position of power, and that's winning the first HOH. But I didn't really. When I got in there, I changed my mind and decided that I wanted to play a low key, kind of fall in the background type of game. But the problem was that I was already seen as too big of a threat for getting close to winning the first competition. It's rather you win it all completely, or you completely throw it. Like you can't have in between. The best place is probably third place. Season 16, Derek said it perfectly. Like you want to come off strong, but not too strong. Second place, it's just too strong for it. And I kept getting second place. I was the comp beast that never won, which it makes no sense. But I mean, that's how they viewed me. And they saw me as a threat.
Well, something that probably did not help is the fact that you went around to people saying, like, we've got to get the liars out of the game, which I think some people that would lie, which a lot of people do in Big Brother, would take as a sign of like, oh no, Adrian's coming after me. Talk to me about that tactic.
I wanted to drive kind of the stigma that, hey, don't lie to me or I'm coming for you, right? So you could be honest. Like, if you don't want to tell me the truth, fine. Just don't tell me. But one thing I ask is to not lie about it. If you want to give me your vote, that's fine. But don't say you're going to give me it and then lie about it because then I'm coming after you. So like I think with that, for the most part, most people came to me with the truth. But I knew who the liars were. I knew Mickey seemed to be pretty open about working with me and about like how she saw the house. But I knew she lied to me about that power. It has yet to been confirmed to me, but I know she has the power. I mean,
I can confirm that is indeed the case, and it's a big
yeah.
one.
I mean, yeah, she had the power. I asked her if she. I didn't ask her if she had the power. I set it up in the way so she could not lie to me. I said, "Do you know who has the power?" So that she's not directly telling me that she has the power. And she said no. I knew she had the power. But other than that, I really did believe she would keep me safe. I would have loved to work with Mickey, but the only thing is she wouldn't give me her vote. And I knew that from the start. I was just planning to win because I felt like if I did win, I could still make it far in that game as long as I won and I wasn't up there against Will tonight or last night. But I didn't win, of course. Got close, but close isn't good enough,
Well, let's finish with some rapid fire thoughts on the people that are left in the house. I'll give you a name of one of the remaining house guests. You give me the first word or few words that come to mind for that person.
All right.
Let's start with Ashley.
Ashley. I don't know. No sense of urgency. No sense.
All right,
Love her to death. Okay, go on.
how about Ava?
Ava, floater.
Okay, even though she helped make the push to get you out.
Yeah, I mean, no, she was running chicken. She was never going to give me the vote. I knew she would never give me the vote, and she was scared of physical threats, and I knew that. And the fact that like I don't see her making big moves. She's not really socializing a lot with the house. And every time you try to talk games, sometimes she's always like she pretends and like say, "Oh, I'm clocked out." And it's just like I don't really see her making big moves. I see her just kind of like falling in the background, trying to stay off people's radar, which works, but it's just not a game that it's not someone I would have want to work with long term. I would want someone that had guts, that want to take shots, that want to make big moves. That isn't afraid to take a shot at the other side. I was trying to win so that I was going to plan to win the next HOH so that my side starts gaining some power and I can knock out some numbers from the other side.
How about Jimmy?
Jimmy, he's a freaking liar. The biggest liar in the house. The one thing he loves more than lying is the spotlight. And the greatest way I was going to return that favor was put him on the block like he did to me, but never got that chance. So,
Catherine.
Catherine. I like Catherine, especially like I did trust her. I would have protected her and Riley in the game. But unfortunately, the house was playing scared and keep me in.
All right, one of the people you said you were linked up with, Keanu.
Keanu, love the guy. Love the guy. I hope if he's still target, I hope he gives the house a piece of his mind because he could do it. If he could keep taking himself off, I hope he doesn't get backdoored like I did. But I just hope he doesn't get paired up with Kelly because I want both of them to go kind of far.
Well, on that note, Kelly.
Kelly. Oh, I love Kelly so much. It stinks that we had to distance ourselves to like try to take the target off my back. But I wish I could have told her more about games, like strategies for different competitions potentially coming up, especially the BB comics, wall comp, like the spelling things. Like, there's so much strategy I know about different competitions that I wish I could have informed her. It was crazy because I'm sorry, it's quick. I remember before the laser comp, I told her, this is going to be lasers, stretch, you're going to get low. And then I guess in the storage room, she was literally practicing, like going under cabinets, like over like brooms. She was practicing so much. And because I knew exactly what competition it was going to be. Of course, she didn't win, but I knew a lot. So I tried to give her the best help I could.
Well, how about Lauren?
Lauren, oh my gosh, you're either lying to me or you're running freaking scared, man. I tried to tell you I had your back. She wouldn't listen. She was too scared. In the safe, if her goal was not to get blood on her hands, she accomplished it perfectly. But if her goal was to make it to the end, I don't know how well that's going to work. Because I know there are some sides that I would say are stronger that are willing to put her on the block, whether she voted with them or against them. So we'll see how far she goes.
You mentioned her before, Mickey.
Mickey, she's probably the most well-positioned in this game, especially with that power. She's planning to work on jury. She's trying to get people out that she knows that, one, she can't work with, and one, that she wouldn't have the jury votes to win this game. She's well-positioned in this house. The only thing is she lied to me. So I let some people know who she was going to target, just to make sure that that I knew she wasn't going to vote my way, and I knew that I trusted that I think we could have worked well together, except that I knew that I wasn't like her number one person to take with to the end. So I made sure that my close allies knew what her targets were, and that to just help them, I guess stir the pot a little bit, like make people take shots, stop running scared, man. You're all going to come after each other eventually, so I hope my side takes the shot first.
Morgan.
Morgan, I knew she was scared of me. She knew that, like, she was scared to compete against me. I knew she wasn't giving me her vote. She's kind of well positioned in the house, but I know she has a brewing target. We didn't talk much game. She didn't really lie to me too much, but I know she wasn't telling me the full truth. I would probably target her pretty soon.
How about Rachel?
Rachel. We didn't talk much in the house. It was just hard just to connect with her. I think she wanted me to be more of an open book, especially about like more details about my family. I love my family, but I didn't want to put their lives on the internet. So I try to keep it a little bit under wraps out of respect to my family's privacy. But for her, I don't know if I could have trusted her, but I really do wish her the best in this game. I told her right before I left that I wished her good luck because I know she doesn't believe she's going to be the first two-time winner, but I don't want her to lose hope. I wish people the best, and I hope she does well.
All right, really quick here, just final few guys. One word. Let's go with Riley.
Riley, I mean, I love the guy. I freaking love the guy. He voted on my side. I trusted him. Like I knew that he was. I felt that he had my back, and I knew he was an honorable player. I just Man, I love the guy. He's fun. He's crazy. Maybe a little too crazy, but I mean, I plan to see him outside of this house, though, for
All right,
sure.
really quick, Vince.
Vince. Vince. I don't know who you're playing. I think he's well positioned. I see him like walking in rooms with Morgan, Mickey, and Jimmy, and then he's close to me, no Kelly, like he and Zach, like he's pretty well positioned in the house. I don't know if he's playing I think he's trying to play both sides of the house. Definitely. Just because he's quiet, he's not naming names. He's trying to keep a low profile, so he could make it far, but he just got to be careful that his side wins before Mickey or Ashley or Rachel takes that shot first.
Will.
Will, oh, I love Will. He's so fun. Like, oh my gosh. I mean, we would just talk. He's so fun, especially if he's drinking a little bit. He's open book then. I love Will to death. I mean, yeah. I mean, I love Will.
And last but not least, Zach.
Zach. Me and Zach, we're supposed to run this game. We're supposed to make it. I wanted to work with strong competitors. I knew he was one, but he just didn't have a lot of opportunities to play in this game. So unfortunately, we didn't get to see that. The only competition we really competed in together was the in the dark comp, which was a lot of luck. I tried my best, but we didn't pull out a win that HOH.
Well, thank you, Adrian, for everything you brought to the season and to this conversation. I wish you and your family and the praying mantises nothing but the best. And thanks so much, man. All
Yeah,
the best.
thank you, you
All
too.
right, have a good one. Bye.
You too.